Appreciate it. Okay, up next, we have a featured presentation from Laquita of Lost Coast Rotaract. And I had to pull this picture, Laquita. I noticed that there's a little guy over there on the right named Ken, who used to be in your club. How did you let Ken go? I don't understand. But Ken wanted to do the honors of introducing you formally for your presentation.
So let's welcome Laquita over from the best Rotaract Club in California.
Okay, Laquita, I have set it up so you can screen share if you wish. Laquita was born in Alaska, I believe, and was adopted and raised in Westwood, California. Is that correct? Very good. And is here to tell us today about what Lost Coast Rotaract has been up to and what they may be up to coming up in the future. Thanks for being here with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me. So I'm on Zoom a lot for school and with our club. But could you remind me how to share? I feel like I'm not seeing where I can share screen.
Yeah, normally down in the center bottom under the controls where you would mute or stop your video, in the middle there should be a green share screen button. And if you don't see it there, let me make you I'll make you a co-host. That should bring the controls right up for you.
Okay.
Thanks for your patience, everybody. It's, Zoom tends to update right when you don't expect it. So the controls aren't always where I think they are. Hooray.
Okay, can everyone see that?
Yes, that's great. Thank you, Laquita.
Okay. I thought I would start off with this funny little picture. So I believe our club hasn't had much contact with your club. So I figured I would start with last year when the pandemic hit. I feel like for several months we weren't meeting with each other. And then I think starting last summer, we started meeting on Zoom. And I believe last year I joined you guys actually for a fundraiser, the golf scramble. That was pretty cool. And fast forward to this year, we were still mainly on Zoom. And then this summer, we slowly started to meet in person safely with socials outside or meetings outside. And earlier this summer, we also helped the Eureka Rotary Club with their Best of the Worst fundraiser. So that was cool. It kind of felt like old times helping them with that.
Excuse me, Laquita, I apologize. If you mean to be advancing the slides, they're at the first slide on the screen. There we go.
Okay. And just a few weeks ago, our club volunteered with Friends of the Dunes at their center, the Humboldt Coastal Nature Center, and we picked up garbage. And that's kind of how we celebrated Coastal Cleanup Month. And then this was special. One of our club members, Aishu, she invited our club. So I apologize, I might be saying this wrong. Navaratri. It's a week-long celebration in India. So I think that was just really special that she invited us to that. And for things that are ahead that our club has planned, we're actually speaking with Clark at Eureka Rotary, and we want to get together. Our club wants to get together with her to we want to get together and work on a fundraiser. And she was even talking about an international project. So that's what we have to look forward to. And I think that's it. We haven't been up to too much. I just feel like all of us clubs, we're navigating Zoom and we're navigating, whether to meet in person. So, yep.
Understood. Thank you, Laquita. I know that Lost Coast Rotaract works a lot with the main Eureka Rotary Club, and I know Nancy Dean as a close friend, and I know that she's been very involved with your club for many years. What sorts of needs does Lost Coast Rotaract have from the other clubs of Rotary in the region, if any, for the ability to get more hands-on, or are you doing okay on membership? Or give us a little update on how the club is doing as a club. I know it's been tough for us to function as a club in Rotary, and I suspect you're meeting some of those same challenges.
Oh yes, definitely. Those are great questions. Yeah, sadly, this year our membership took a huge drop. So I think membership has been one of our problems as well, maintaining membership. And I guess for our needs, I know just one of my goals as president, I want to work better on communicating with all of the clubs. So if you guys ever need volunteers for fundraisers or anything, help on anything, I know I definitely want to make sure I let the club members we do have know about opportunities to volunteer.
Thank you. And that goes two ways. If your club has something you want to do, please reach out to the clubs of the area. You're welcome to contact through Nancy or myself, or really anybody in Rotary can make those connections to help. If you've got 5 people available but you need 40, let us know, and we'll be right there with you. Rotaract has long been very, very active in coming forward and helping out at Rotary events. But that has to go both ways. So please do reach out if additional help is needed for what you want to get done. And know that we're here to support you. Anybody have questions about Rotaract in particular? I know I saw Ken go out on a run there. I don't know. He just can't stop. But real quick, it's a little light on attendance this morning, but I know we have many members who got their start, some even in Interact, but many in Rotaract, in terms of getting involved with the world of Rotary. And, the people that have come into our club have been absolutely fantastic, active members that came out of Rotaract. Anybody who's been a Rotaractor have something to say about how that connection worked for you? I believe that it counts District Governor Dustin and Charlie and Nick.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about it.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. I was part of the founding club of Lost Coast Rotaract. And it was really cool when I joined it. We were just fledgling, I guess. We would meet in Adele's in their little party room. And yeah, it was really neat just to have a group of people like-minded and, wanting to do stuff with our time and keep ourselves busy. But then when I aged out, and it was like this weird, uncomfortable, well, I want to stay, but I'm technically I'm not supposed to. But I think that, I use the time in between the two clubs to kind of find out where I was going with my education and everything. And essentially, like when the dust kind of settled and you're looking for more in life, I guess, just besides work and recreation, you're like, well, what else is there? And I don't know, I definitely started exploring clubs, and I found Sunrise Rotary to be the most energetic and the most active. And yeah, I really like the age demographic as well, and the activities that we were engaging in. So yeah, I guess professionally and personally, the values of this club really aligned with me. And so yeah, I really like it. I really have enjoyed all the friends that I have made in this club. Like, I don't know, it's pretty incredible. I would have never imagined joining it. I would have made as many friends as I have. It's great. It was a great transition.
Charlie, do you feel like it was because of your involvement in Rotaract that you looked to Rotary later?
I don't really think so. I think that I still had this really weird idea about Rotary. I knew that I wanted to, like, because I worked with kids and I really wanted to help kids in our community. I was like, well, what else can I do, and who can I reach out to, and what kind of, like, I think that with that in mind, being like, okay, if I joined Rotary, maybe I can, like, steer the ship a little bit. And I really didn't think that my involvement would be as big as it was, actually, because I still had this concept that Rotary was like, older, affluent people, that it was just kind of like this untouchable club. And I was like, maybe I won't even get in. I have no idea. But it's been an incredible transition, honestly. Yeah, I think that when I joined, there was still this kind of, maybe it was, it was more of my own fear where, you have to recognize maybe some of your own, not like stereotypes, I guess, where I was like, oh, like maybe it's just for like, white affluent men. And I was really worried that I wouldn't get in for some reason. But I applied anyway. And I guess, there's a quote that says, like, don't be afraid to push on the doors that you're like, or something like that. Like, something weird like that. But I think I did have that fear because of the reputation, or the perceived reputation of Rotary. And so yeah, the transition was different and unique for me, maybe. But I'm definitely glad I did. I'm glad it definitely helped me recognize some of my own prejudices along the way of my own human development. And yeah, I'm really glad I'm here.
We're really glad you joined too. Believe me.
Indeed. Thank you for sharing that, Charlie. That perspective is so important for us as Rotarians to hear. We've got work to do. And I think as a club, we are doing it. But there's a larger organization that we're part of that in many circles would have the impression that is a elite white old men's club. And, thank goodness I feel so grateful to be in a club that can help break that impression down. But we're only one club out of thousands and thousands in the world. So it's on us who get it to put that out into the larger Rotary community. And that's part of why I'm kind of gently pushing everybody and nudging everybody into Rotarian fellowships and into service beyond the club. So keep that in mind. Keep that impression in mind when you're out in the community and talking about Rotary, how important it is to break down that stereotype. So thank you, Charlie, for sharing that. That's a great reflection. We have a little more time. Sophie, had a very unique experience coming from Rotaract to Rotary, in that she bridged both clubs for quite a while. Sophie, do you have any commentary on that?
Yeah, I joined Rotaract, but I was, we were so involved with both clubs that I started going to all the meetings, and I was going every week, and like I think 2 years before I even joined. So I knew everyone. And I don't know, I liked being part of both clubs. I haven't really, well, I guess Fourth Day Rotaract hasn't really been active this year, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a good transition.
And I recall you being a member here, a member there, a president of Rotaract, and a treasurer for us. And I don't know how you found the time and became a CPA in the process. So, you know, it really is inspiring how some people have managed to literally do it all. And you know, you post your photos of fun out in the community too. So somehow you struck that magic Humboldt County balance of work-life volunteer.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
enjoying it is important. Laquita, hearing some of those stories, do you have any other insights on what it means to you to be involved with Rotaract, even if it's stepping in at a time when membership is down and you know, the state of COVID has us mainly isolating? How is that for you personally as a Rotaractor, and what are you looking forward to in the years to come?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. Rotaract, what Rotaract means to me is, I guess, just having a sense of community. You know, in a way, it kind of lets you become more aware of, you know, problems that, you know, our local communities have, and, you know, like the needs of the community. And I guess even, you know, friendship, you know, getting together, sometimes even making new friends. You know, especially if new members come in, which we have a couple new prospective members, so that's great. And I know for myself and like many of the others, I know when we age out, we would all also like to join Rotary clubs. So you know, we just yeah, we love Rotary, and we love, you know, everything that you guys do, and it's just really inspiring, really.
Likewise, I know that from this room, Rotaract is inspiring to us. We see that Rotary is going to be okay in the future with all of you doing what you do in Rotaract and bringing that forward with fresh ideas and perspectives that help us evolve as a organization. So thank you for being who you are and being involved. Any other comments or questions? Romy, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I wanted to just go back and touch on what Charlie said, the perception of Rotary. And I just want to make clear, we all own that, right? And part of the move last year, creating diversity, equity, and inclusion as one of our committees. And one of the things, yes, it's educational minutes, DEI minutes during meetings, but it's also having all of our committees think about the diverse and inclusive ways we can be doing service in our communities, broadening our perspective. And ultimately what that does is it creates those partnerships. When we want to let people know, no, we're not that white privileged old people's club. We want to be a representation of our community, serving every corner of our community. And the way that people know that is by the partnerships that we build and the connections, so that when those invitations come to join us, to work together with us, those are invitations from friends, not strangers. And so we all need to speak about our pride in what we're doing. And I can't even tell you, I'm bursting with pride for what our club is doing. And we have to let that be known in the community. We have to redefine what people think of. Oh, I don't know that Rotary is for me. Tell them, yes, it is.
Thank you, Romy.
I think that also, like, I had to look up the quote that I was talking about, because I feel like, you know, I don't think it's just unique to people of color or anything. I think it's all of us. But the quote is, "How do you know if the door is closed if you haven't even pushed on it?" And so I think that that's stepping outside of our own comfort zones and our preconceived notions of whatever club or our own abilities. I just like that quote. That kind of pushes yourself to expand your own mental limitations.
Check the door. I think last year's theme was Rotary opens opportunities, and the pictorial was doors, of course. And so Maggie tested a lot of doors and found that a lot of them did open, and we're grateful for that paradigm shift in the direction of Rotary. So thank you, everybody. And Laquita, I wanted you to know that in recognition of you visiting and speaking with us today, our club will be making a donation to the Wheelchair Foundation in your name on behalf of Rotaract. That's an organization that provides wheelchairs for people that could not otherwise afford them in the greater world. So thank you for being here today and for inspiring these conversations. We appreciate it. Okay. No, at this point, I think I mentioned there's prizes, but there's prizes. And right now, those who have submitted pictures are winning the prizes. So if you want in on this, we need more people. I know that you all love to dress up. I've seen you at our big fundraisers back before COVID. Send me those pictures. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Halloween costume in that sense. If you've got something that you feel fantastic in, or feel freakish in, or scary in, whatever it is, send that photo in. You've got until tomorrow at midnight. And after that, we're going to see who wins it on Final Friday. So watch for that. There's some pretty tasty prizes coming. So I know you're going to want to be involved. Thank you for participating if you can. Again, could be any age. If you were 3 and that was your favorite costume ever, send it on in. And with our parting thoughts to this week's haiku is, wherever we stand, this beautiful place we live, Indigenous land. Thank you, everybody. We do have a little extra time available, so I'll hang on if anybody wants to hang out and chat, have a little social post-meeting. Have a great day, everybody.